The Joe Slogan Experience.
What is up, Slow Gang? It is Joey Slogan. All right, welcome to the Slogan Experience. Right, today we have two ladies with us to talk about Chlorella. Right, we got Josie Walton and Catherine Heed.
Hello.
Joining us today. So, all right, what's the deal with Chlorella?
Well, thank you for the introduction, Joey Slogan. Now, I'd really just like to begin with the overall cell structure and biological classification of Chlorella. So, starting with the basics, we have Chlorella as a single-celled green microalgae from the division Chlorophyta. Now, what makes Chlorella so unique is its ability to photosynthesize, like many plants known today, using the chloroplast to convert sunlight into energy. Now, this process allows Chlorella to play its critical role in producing oxygen and absorbing carbon dioxide, making it so useful. Now, structurally, Chlorella has a thick cell wall, which is one of the reasons it's so resilient to a variety of environmental conditions. It is a non-modal organism, meaning it can't move on its own like some other algae can. Now, despite its simplicity, which always shocks people, it's an evolutionary marvel. Now, let me tell you, Joe Slogan, all right? This is thriving in diverse health nowadays.
Okay.
Now, in nature, you can find Chlorella in freshwater environments. Ponds, lakes, rivers, commonly found with tardigrades, but it's also been discovered in moist soil and even in marine environments. Now, its ability to thrive in such a wide range of habitats speaks to its ecological adaptability. By evolving over many of years, it's built up its adaptability purposes, allowing it to survive in these unenvironmental conditions.
Kind of sort of like hard to inhabitable.
Exactly. Places you and I couldn't survive.
Of course.
Now, by photosynthesizing, Chlorella contributes to the oxygen supply and helps in carbon cycling, making it crucial for environmental stability.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
We all need some oxygen, right?
Well.
Ain't that right, Slow Gang? We love oxygen here? Yeah! All right.
Love oxygen. Anyway, now Chlorella was first discovered in the late 1800s and has been the subject of scientific research ever since, currently being used in our own SI building in Thomas Boothby's lab under tardigrade supervision and whatnot, looking at the evolutionary aspects of Chlorella allowing tardigrades to survive in extreme conditions. Now, early research focused on its potential to combat malnutrition due to its rich nutrient profile. Since then, fascinating, studies have expanded into areas like biofuels, environmental detoxification, and health supplements. Cultivating Chlorella is fascinating because it's often grown in large controlled ponds or bioreactors. Now, the conditions are carefully managed to ensure optimal sunlight exposure and nutrient availability with that. Commercially, Chlorella is harvested and used in everything from dietary supplements to cosmetics and possibly being grown on skin. Tattoo Chlorella. Now, take a whiff of this stuff. Behold.
All right. Oh,
Yeah.
Slow Gang, if you're watching at home, that is not good.
It is not good.
That smells like skunk, like that. Like if there was like a vegan skunk or something like that, I'd say that's how that smells. But
I'm telling you, people want to be healthy, but that's what they got to do with. So you can see nowadays.
yeah, so you're saying that the cultivation's pretty easy compared to other things that we kind of use?
Correct.
Because I know that some of the antibiotics and other stuff that we use for health, like it's kind of hard to facilitate that, but you're saying that Chlorella is pretty easy to take care of and all that stuff?
Very easy to get Chlorella to bloom in different environments such as spring water, other things that they grow the bioreactors and everything in. However, once it blooms, it's very hard to keep alive for long periods of time.
Okay.
You have to do different transplantations and whatnot with it to keep the oxygen supply, to keep the water nutrients available for the Chlorella to feed off of.
Okay, I got you.
Yes.
And you were also talking about health benefits, right? So
Correct.
can you talk a little bit more about that?
Yes.
Yeah, I actually can mention some stuff about that. Josie here talked about how we can use it in supplements and how a lot of people have really been interested in using it. Basically, we call it a superfood because it's packed with protein. I know you like your protein, Joey.
Slogan, do we like our protein? Yeah!
Chlorella is about 50 to 60% protein, which makes it excellent sources for plant-based protein if you're vegan. And also it's rich in vitamins like B12 or BC and iron and your omega-3 fatty acids that your cells kind of need to make their membranes. And also chlorella can enhance your immune system. So it reduces your cholesterol and promotes your detoxification in the cell. So the big major reason for this is its high chlorophyll content. It is a plant after all. And it helps the body remove heavy metals or other harmful substances that can kind of get in and start messing with your health. Also, it's very useful in aquaculture and with snails. It's a lesser known application, but it's a really interesting one, fun to talk about. So one study shows that when snails are fed chlorella, they tend to grow faster and are healthier compared to other snails on different diets. And it's because of chlorella's balanced nutrient composition and how it's easily digestible.
I will add to that, when they did that, they also grew quite the smell, and they all ended up smelling like chlorella. So,
Okay, that's the risk you have to run to be healthy.
You're probably wondering why we started talking about snails. This is Joey Slogan, post-production. I just wanted to explain some things that we didn't really get into. So snail farming, also known as heliciculture, is where we farm snails for food as well as pharmaceutical applications. This arose in other countries to combat world hunger because snails are really easy to farm and they have very low environmental impact, making it kind of a perfect solution for both world hunger and needs for pharmaceuticals. And so that's why chlorella can help impact and be an easier food for snails to help world hunger and pharmaceutical needs of other countries. Snails can also be utilized for pollutants, so they actually filter out waste and help clean up pollutants in water, much like a filtration system, but naturally. And that's another reason why snails are kind of important to us nowadays. Another thing I want to explain a little bit more is aquaculture, as we just mentioned it. Aquaculture is the raising, breeding, and harvesting of aquatic organisms, and this can be fish, shellfish, or plants. And the simplest way to put it is just fish or aquatic farming. And chlorella has been seen to be used for that, mainly as a food source. Aquaculture is just another application for chlorella that we didn't go too much into, but I figured I'd mention it. Anyways, let's get back into the video and see what Josie has to say about chlorella and its effect on skincare.
one of the more surprising areas where chlorella is making waves is its skincare. Now, and with that, thanks to the high levels of the antioxidants, including vitamin C, E, B12, as Catherine mentioned, it's thought to protect the skin from oxidative damage caused by the sun and environmental pollutants, which is like nowadays gone crazy and everything with climate change. So in order to combat that, they're actually using chlorella and injecting it into the skin layers, the epidermis and the dermis layers, and seeing how that affects the human's ecosystem and symbiosis across the biofilm and microbiome of your skin. With that, they're finding very positive results. I mean, someday maybe we will have chlorella tattoos.
Slogan, will we get chlorella tattoos? Yeah, we will. Oh, snap. Okay.
Photosynthetic tattoos.
Yes, so we'd be able to not use it as a primary source of energy, but just as a secondary source, and with that be able to reduce the human need for food and energy and whatnot, and just be able to get it from the sun using the photosynthesis provided from chlorella.
And that topic is primarily kind of what's being studied currently, so we don't know much about that, do we?
Correct, we do not know much about it. We have high hopes for it though.
Yeah, that sounds pretty cool. I mean,
Yes.
getting would your skin turn green if you were able to photosynthesize because of the chlorophyll?
It would, but hey, we don't judge.
That's right. You know, if I could photosynthesize, I'm okay with looking like Shrek.
It's a vibe.
Josie mentioned there are a bunch of skincare products that have chlorella in them currently. There's some creams, you have serums, and it helps to hydrate the skin and reduce the appearance of fine lines and some wrinkles. So people are using that in anti-aging type serums. And a lot of serums that, like acne serums or anything that tries to dry out your skin can be kind of harsh. But with the chlorella in it, it actually makes it easier to absorb, basically.
Exactly. very commonly used. And to add on to that, the more we're learning about the skin microbiome and everything that has to do with that, we're more realizing how important it is to change our microbiome to keep it healthy. And with nowadays the pollutants and everything in the oxygen and the way we're eating food, the highly processed and everything, it's going way downhill. Now, in order to stop that, your biofilm basically has these messengers, and so you want to kill the messenger, not the message with that. And so rather than just have like a sticky biofilm that we can't really feel, people are using Chlorella to adapt that microbiome, help the bacteria, therefore helping your immune system, since your immune system is 70% based off of the gut microbiome and everything with that. And so it's also affecting the skin microbiome through that, helping us have better skin, better lives.
Wow.
Yes.
So it's got what? It's great for our marine life, right? As you said, we can use that in like snails and stuff to help with pollution. We can use it for anti-aging, right? You also said that current research is helping us to turn UV radiation into something somewhat productive, right? Because of that photosynthetic type of stuff going on, right? And it's also helping out your immune system with your gut biome.
It has also been used in cancer research.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. We have looked into how chlorophyll that is in the chlorella can help enhance your immune function, and it helps your body's natural defense mechanisms identify and target the cancer cells to eliminate them. It still is in its early stages, as we talked about with all the research, but it is very promising.
Okay. So things you're looking up for chlorella, huh?
To correct something we said, it's not chlorophyll that helps with your immune system, it's beta glucan, which is a polysaccharide that is made of a string of sugar molecules. And the way that this helps your immune system is that it activates your innate immune cells, which sets off immune cell responses, which will inhibit tumor growth and metastasis. So it'll affect your natural killer cells as well as your lymphocytes, which are the ones that identify pathogens, and your natural killer cells, the ones that take care of cancer. And beta glucan will just stimulate those. This will create a hard environment for cancer cells to thrive, just because your natural killer cells will be more active within your body.
Yes, we very much hope to see it in the near future. I mean, it is a jack of all trades, as you can well tell. And so with ongoing cancer research and everything, I mean, the difference it could make would be astronomical. We're just looking forward to more research getting published and whatnot and going from there. Another thing though with that is marine conservation, going back to that, the coral interactions. Now another fascinating application with the marine conservation is researchers are exploring how chlorella could potentially support coral reefs, which are under severe threat from climate change, as you well know, and some preliminary studies are looking at whether chlorella can be introduced into coral ecosystems to promote photosynthesis and assist with nutrient cycling, potentially helping to recover the coral health and the damaged reefs.
There you go.
Yes, although it's still in its infancy though, there is hope that this could be a way to protect and rehabilitate the coral, which are critical to marine biology, as we know.
Yeah, I heard a lot about that coral stuff, so that's good that we're getting some on that.
Fingers crossed, fingers crossed.
Just to recap, chlorella is just this amazing microalgae that has a wide range of potential applications. It can improve your human health and help snails, obviously snails.
Slogan, do we like snails? Yeah!
And it aids in marine conservation, like Josie was talking about. And we discussed that it is a nutritional powerhouse with its protein, its omega fatty acids, and all of its different vitamins. So if you are interested in learning more about chlorella, we do encourage you to check out all the scientific studies that are behind it. The science doesn't really advance without people researching and looking into it and supporting it.
Exactly. Support the science, support the dream.
There you go. Joe Slogan and the Algae Gals, also known as
Josie Walton.
Catherine.
There we go, awesome. So give a big round of applause to Chlorella and the Algae Gals. Thank you guys for being on the podcast.
Yes, thank you so much. We look forward to hearing more of the show.
You will not.